she was like, no, we have to put injections. And there's a lizard looking at me. I was like, shit, that was unnecessary. I'm all better. Let's just wash my foot and let's go home. She was not listening. She was like, stop yapping. But I was freaking out and I needed axe oil. So I was like, am I supposed to freaking fly? It was a red signal, which the idiot behind me did not see. Later, they bring in a wheelchair. And I'm like, wait. Why do I choose to put myself in these situations? I'll never understand. I'm not going to reveal where I was going or like where I was when this happened. But I was basically going somewhere. I got into a minor situation on the road and that caused an injury on my foot. I was just like waiting in the signal. I'm 2 minutes away from the destination, like where I had to go. I'm 2 minutes away from that place. I also have ulcers. Like I have 2 ulcers because of the number of pills I've been popping. I bet it's because of the pills, but I'm very grateful to God that I have pills that I am able to pop, medication that is helping my foot out. This happened on Sunday, like the previous Sunday. I was waiting in the traffic. I was on my scooter. It was a signal. It was a red signal, which the idiot behind me did not see, but anyhow, we'll get into that. So I'm standing there and taxi looking car, like it's just a white, very taxi like car. It was like right behind me. And this, let me tell you, this road is like jam packed. There are so many vehicles. I don't know what the hell that guy was thinking. He kept honking. He honked at least like 5 times and I'm the vehicle in front of him, which by the way, I had no space to go anywhere. I don't know what the hell he was thinking, because I was like, am I supposed to freaking fly? Where will I go? I was just waiting there, and after like 2-3, by the way, if you know me, you know that I'm really like sensitive to honking. Okay, I get really upset. That's the one thing that pisses me off. Even when someone else drives and they honk too much, I don't like it. So like it's literally common sense to not honk when nobody can move. At this point, I'm starting to get really annoyed, and it's also hot, right? It's literally, I live in Chennai, so it's hot. I'm on the wheels and I'm like, this idiot's gonna get it from me. I turned to tell him off, look at that guy and yell at him and be like, yo, stop freaking like honking. That was my intention, okay? So I turned to look at him, and I think when I turned, the signal must have changed or something happened that he decided to move his car. Either, I don't remember the incident too much, that's why I'm like fumbling a bit. Either the signal changed or the car or the vehicle in front of him, because it's a car, I'm just on one side, right? The other vehicle must have moved. When I turned to yell at him, he accelerated, like he raised his vehicle, and because he did that, I got startled, I got scared, because I'm turning to yell at him and he immediately like speeds the vehicle, so I got scared. Although he's speeding in that direction, my brain did not process that information. I had already moved to and by the way, this road has like a divider, it has a median, so I'm standing near the divider on my scooter. I turned to yell at this idiot who raises the car, and as he does that, I get scared, and because of the fear, I accelerate my scooter. I don't know why fear and accelerator go hand in hand. It's just nothing happened. He did not hit me. I did not hit anybody. I just hit myself. So what happened is, because my foot was really close to the divider, I basically rubbed my foot against the divider for like a good few seconds, which ended up causing enough damage. Like I started bleeding and I was like, shit, that was unnecessary. Why did I do that? Just because I was upset with his honking. I could have just ignored him, but in that moment, I didn't even want to accelerate. It just happened by muscle memory, but I was like immediately starting to blame myself. I'm going on this entire spiral in my head as I see the blood on my foot, and that I'm like, first I'm thinking, when I looked at the blood, I was like, oh, that's not a lot of blood, so you know what, I should be able to manage. The place that I'm going to is like 2 minutes away from where I was injured, so I was like, I could just drive, like go wash my foot and I'll be fine. And as I'm thinking that and I'm driving, I accelerate to move, because by then the signal's green, so I'm going, I start to like lose vision. Like, by the way, it doesn't black out, it whites out. Like everything is heightened gold and my vision is so blurry and I'm like peeking out. So I basically turned, it's like a turning signal. So I turned and I went and stood on the side of the road because I was scared. I was like, wait, what is happening? Why is my head spinning or why is my vision hazy? I was like, this is not right. I got hit in my foot and why is my vision going? So I started freaking out. And then I was like, wait, do I ask somebody for help? Like, I'm not sure. Do I just ask some random person for help? Or I was 1 minute away from the place that I needed to go to. So I was like, if I go there, everybody there already knows me and they can help me out better. It took me like 5 seconds. I thought about it and I was like, let me just go, because I just felt more comfortable asking help to someone that I already knew. Like, you know what, I'm just going to go there. I'm just going to manage to go there. So I just drive, okay? I'm able to see. It's not like my vision is gone, but it's like really heightened bright. So I was like, thankfully there were not like a lot of vehicles on the road or anything. I didn't take a risk, but I was just like, okay, let me just go. And at this point, I'm also considering there are like 2-3 other scooters on the side. I'm thinking, should I shout and ask for help? Should I be like, help, and they'll come and help me? I was like, they won't know what to do. They don't know what happened. They don't know me. So I was like, oh, let me just drive. I drove. It was like not even 1 minute below, it was like 30 seconds away, so it was the right decision for me. Before entering the place, I park my scooter. I am so like aware, like even you know when you're in your highest fear moments also, how are you aware? How is your brain aware? That's what I was thinking, because I put my scooter there, I took my bag that I had and I locked my scooter, put the key in. I was like, how did I think? I was so like I don't know how to explain it. My brain was like foggy, but I still remember to do these things, which I'm really impressed by the way. None of these brain cells work in exams anyhow. I went inside, and as soon as I went inside, they saw me, and it was pretty evident that I've gone through something. So they were like, what happened? And yeah, so then I went and sat, and I was like, can somebody give me water? At this point, everybody is at, like, my family's at home, right? So they don't know anything. And then we call up my dad, we inform him, and we're like, it's not that deep. It's like, it's a very minor injury, like touch wood. And as I'm going to like ask water, one of them hands me water, I'm drinking the water, I'm still feeling really dizzy. I'm like this. So I'm like, what is even happening? So I keep telling them that I'm feeling dizzy. Me, more than the injury, the dizziness was what was scaring me. I was like, why am I feeling dizzy for a wound that I got on my foot? I should really thank all these people for helping me, because there were like a bunch of people helping me, and they were all like, are you okay? How did you get hit? And like they're all like really concerned, and I can see somewhere it made me feel better that I went there and asked for help instead of asking a stranger, because I knew all these people. So I was like, I'm very thankful, honestly. But when this happened, one of the girls there was like, don't look at the wound, because I kept looking at the wound and freaking out. And then she was like, don't look at the blood, can you like not look at the blood? And I was like, that makes sense. Maybe that is giving me more anxiety, looking at the blood dripping. I shouldn't be looking at it. And I'm looking straight, and then they all took me to the hospital. There was a hospital nearby. I got into a car. This is the most hilarious thing in this entire story. I've told my dad this exact thing like 4 or 5 times, because I amaze myself sometimes as we're stepping out of the place to enter the car so that I can be taken to the hospital, and someone give me my phone, because my emotional support is my phone. But that's not the part that I'm talking about. The amazing thing is that later I'm asking for my bag. Some like 2 people are sitting next to me in the car, and I'm like, can you give me my bag? What would anybody do? Pick their phone, pick something else, drink water. I looked for Axe oil, took Axe oil, rubbed it on my palm and just put it on my head, because I was freaking out and I needed Axe oil. It was a literal dire situation. What I wanted was emotional support from Axe oil. Anyhow, I apply the Axe oil. By this point, I'm already drinking a lot of water. 5 minutes at least since like I got my injury, and I'm still seeing so much gold. And I'm like, there's this like one of the people I know is sitting next to me, and I'm like, wait, do you also see gold everywhere? And she goes, yeah bro, I see gold everywhere. And I was like, she didn't see gold everywhere. She was just like, this girl's freaking out. I need to help her out. And she said, yeah, I see gold everywhere. And then I was like, oh, so I'm normal. I just gaslit myself so much. The hospital is pretty close. We went to the hospital. And as I'm going, I'm starting to feel better in terms of my vision being hazy. My vision is not hazy anymore. I'm not seeing things golden anymore. Like, oh, I'm all better. Let's just wash my foot and let's go home. That's what I'm thinking. So as I'm getting down from the car, somebody's like, I'll hold your hand, I'll help you, wait a minute. And I'm like, no, I can just walk. And they're like, you should not walk. Injured your foot, don't walk. It's the side of my foot, so it's not like if I put it down, it's like hurtful. They were like, don't do it, don't put your foot down. And I was like, oh, is it that deep? Later, they bring in a wheelchair, and I'm like, wait, did I really injure myself that much? I'm not clocking this thing. Then they brought a wheelchair. I sat in the wheelchair, and then they're pushing me. There's like this slope kind of thing. They're pushing me into it. At this point, I'm like, oh, it hurts and all that. And they get me into a lift. There's a lizard looking at me. This is completely unnecessary detail for you, but it was very important for me because I'm scared of lizards. My foot is here, which I cannot move. Apparently, at that point, they were like, don't move your foot, and I'm not moving it. The lizard is like, what, 30 centimeters away, and I'm like, bro, if you jump down on my foot, I'm gonna kick you. Just go to the doctor. And they took me to this room. They made me lay down, and I was like, can you just let me talk to someone? Like, I'm the person that will freak out if I don't talk to people. Like, I just need to keep talking. Like, anything going on in my life, if I talk about it, I will solve it. But if I don't talk about it, so I'm laying in the bed, and then a bunch of my friends, all of them are like standing all of them are standing there. They're trying to tell me like really funny instances that I am doing or funny things that I'm doing so that they distract me from this horrific thing that happened. So I was like, it was not that bad, but it was just horrific in the moment. So then the nurse comes and cleaning, sanitizing my foot and all that stuff. She's like, lay down, just lay down. And then I hear them talking about TT, like a tetanus injection, and I was like, no, I'm not putting any injection in my body. No more injections for me, no. And she was like, no, we have to put injections. And first, as I'm starting to prepare my mind for one shot of tetanus, they were like, oh, we have to also put another injection, which is a painkiller. And I was like, oh, yo, hold up. The painkiller is not like the problem is the injection. Hold up, who asked for injection? They ask. Nurse goes and she just, I love when nurses don't take me seriously. As I'm telling her not to give me the injection, she just goes for it. I'm like, you didn't hear me? Did you not hear me? She was not listening. She was like, stop yapping. Patak. That's the only way she could have dealt with me, because if she had a talk with me where she was like, no, but I have to inject you, and then I would have like, no, it would have gone on for hours where I'm trying to convince her not to inject me. So she was like, you yap whatever you want, bro, I'm gonna put the injection. Then she put it in and I was like laying down. Okay, so then I hear there are two nurses and I hear one of them say something about stitches. Did I hear that right? And at this point we hadn't even gotten an x-ray, so I didn't know if I had fractured my foot or anything. But I, because of being the person that experienced it, somewhere felt like it wasn't a fracture. I was like, I didn't hear any cut sound or anything like that. At this point I've been injected twice. My like friends, she comes up to me and she's like talking, she's like, hey, what's up and all that. She's trying to like make things like sound chill. So she's like, what's up, what are you doing and all that. And I'm like, oh, so I heard one of them whisper stitches. She's like, okay, so what? And I'm like, what do you mean so what? I'm scared of stitches. And she's like, it's okay, you don't need to think about it right away. And I'm like, I know, but I want to think about it. That's all I can think about. And she's like, can you calm down? There's like, we'll see what it is. And I was like, okay, let me try and calm down. Then there were so many instances where like at least 2-3 times all these people that came with me, they would try and come inside the room to talk to me, and the nurse would just she would just shoo them away. She'd be like, go away, go out, because it's not allowed to talk to patients. Obviously, I understand that, but me as a patient would love to talk to somebody. I even told the nurse, I was like, can you please let someone come in? And she's like, it's hospital policy. I was like, I know it's hospital policy, but my policy, I like talking. And she's like, no, I'm not letting people come inside. I literally spoke to her. I was like, can you please let someone come in? Later came to know that there was another person, like another patient in the same room. So I'm guessing the stitches either were for that person or somebody else. It was not for me. I just freaked out for absolutely nothing. And then they put plaster of Paris on my leg. I have like a full-on Mavakata situation going on. And then they again took me in the wheelchair. They were like, let's go get it checked. Like, let's get an x-ray and check whether there's any like fracture. I was like, okay, let's go. And again, we went into the lift. And at this point, I again see the same lizard in the corner of the freaking lift, and I'm like, bro, this lizard. They obviously like didn't show me the x-ray. They took it to the doctor, and I still don't know whether there was any crack or fracture, but somewhere I just believed there wasn't, because my uncle was there and my uncle knows a bit of these things. So he was like, he was acting pretty chill. He was like, yeah. He was just talking to the guy who was taking the x-ray and all that. So I was like, oh, obviously it shouldn't be that deep. So I was like, at this point, I'm like, my nerves are calm and I'm like, I'm feeling better. I didn't realize that they had given me medication. I was like, oh, that's all done, let's go home and all that. And they took me and put me in the car and I came back home. After this incident, my cousins and I have been joking about playing Pandi, because that's the only game I'll be able to play. The game with like the number boxes. They were like, oh, let's go play Pandi, because Harshi can only play that. And I was like, very funny. Actually, that's really funny. I laughed at it. After coming back home, I realized that they gave me 11 medicines to eat in a day. I have been consuming 11 medicines a day. But the learning from this situation is that you don't have control. If a white car decides to annoy the shit out of you, the only thing you can do is remain calm and peaceful. Otherwise, this is what is going to happen to your foot, because you don't want this. You do not want this. Trust me.